Yeah, I just want to begin by first saying thank you to administration, marketing, ticketing, all the fans that showed up. We had a great crowd with great energy on opening night. Um, I speak for our whole program. We are so grateful for everyone that works so hard behind the scenes to make this an event. DJ M. Dot, the marching band, the Dazzlers, the cheerleaders, they were all amazing. They were all awesome. Great student fan section. That was great. And, you know, we did not match the effort that everyone else had. I'm sorry for that tonight. We are a lot better than that tonight. Tarleton is a well-coached, hard-playing team. They really outfought us on the glass, obviously. We were out-rebounded by 22, which negated the fact that we forced 26 turnovers. But we also turned it over 21 times as well. So, there's just a lot of things we have to get better at as a team. We have a lot of things to work on. We have a lot of things to still work with. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of guys that are hungry, and we've just got to put it all together. And we're not giving ourselves a chance on offense enough by how often we're turning the ball over, and we're letting that affect us on defense too much as well. Obviously forcing 26 turnovers is a great thing, but we also had to force the other team to miss a lot more than what they did tonight. So.
Obviously, you mentioned the 26 turnovers. How much would you credit those turnovers to the full court press you guys ran kind of towards the middle of that first quarter and moving forward?
When we were able to get in the press, it caused a lot of problems. That's pretty much always the case with us. We forced 18 turnovers on Monday against UCF. Our closed-door scrimmages, we forced 18 and 20-something turnovers. So, our guys are going to give effort. But we've got to play smarter. We've got to be our attention to detail needs to be better in our execution. Our attention to detail in fixing it after the press has to be better. We want to do well, but we just have to consistently be more locked in. So.
Big night for Jonathan Abar, obviously after struggling against UCF. What you see from him, and how nice is it to have a first, second generation FIU player here?
Yeah, Jonathan's a wonderful young man. I'm proud to be his coach. Really happy to see him, play in the building that his daddy played in. And Jonathan's going to have a great career for us. Jonathan's a great leader. He leads by example. He also speaks up as well. And, we're going to need that leadership now more than ever because, the schedule is incredibly unforgiving. We played a, very well-coached, talented UCF team. We played a very well-coached, talented Tarleton team. And, hey, we got the University of Miami, a top 15, top 10 team in the country at their place on next week. So there's no rest for the weary. And we can't be weary. This season just started. We can't hang our head. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just got to get better. And we will get better. We're determined to do so. We have the talent that we need. We just got to put out a better product, and we'll do that.
Do you kind of feel like the turnovers you guys gave up tonight were just due to such a new team, a lot of new players here, just kind of trying to get the rhythm as more chemistry as a new team there?
Yeah, a little bit. And Tarleton, obviously, they're year in, year out, they're a team that's great at forcing turnovers. So I don't want to take anything away from them. They came in here and played a great game. But, yeah, I would say that overwhelmingly our turnovers are classified in one of two categories. That's either being careless or being reckless. And we've just got to cut that out. That's completely in our control. The things that we can control, we have to dominate those areas. And right now we're just too inconsistent, in that sense. And we're going to change it. We've got to. And, we get the opportunity to play Miami on Monday. A crosstown, hopeful rival. So, we've got to go back to work, and that's what we're here to do. No time to hang our head, no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Our opponents certainly don't. I certainly don't. We've got to go earn what we want, and we earn that on the practice court. We earn that outside of practice. We earn that in the film room. We earn that in how we take care of our bodies, and we're going to do that.
Kind of felt like you guys had some momentum going for yourselves. What would you say is the one thing that held you guys back just from taking that lead? Obviously, you guys were down by 2 at one point.
Yeah, it's deflating. It's incredibly deflating, and I don't care who you are. You can be the Denver Nuggets. You can be Duke. You could be UConn. To give effort, to force a miss, and then give up an offensive rebound, put back. And, we gave up 19 second chance points. And, so often we worked so hard to force a miss to just not come up with the rebound. And that's a deflating deal. So, it was one of the keys to the game. We had a great scouting report. One of the keys, defensive keys to the game was finished possessions, and we did not finish possessions. And again, it takes effort to force 26 turnovers in a game. Our guys, they put out that effort, but we've got to be able to finish a possession. We've got to be able to maintain and sustain multiple efforts for 40 minutes. And we just didn't do that well enough tonight.
Coach, after only scoring 2 against UCF, our team bounced back today, 14 points. Just talk about what you saw from him and how he had success.
Yeah, well, Arturo Dean had 2 great practices individually, coming back from UCF. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. He wants to win. The barometer for his success is never going to be how many points he scores. He has the ability to score 20 plus, but he has the ability to help us win by 20 and not even score a point. So we need everyone to become an everyday competitor in the way that he is. And once we accomplish that, with the team, then we'll get this thing rolling. And, we're going to.
And Dean also left the court twice today with help of the staff to what this is.
Yeah, that was just some cramping, and I think that's a lot of adrenaline. Coach Jack does an amazing job, hydration testing and talking with these guys, about their health, about hydrating, about taking care of their bodies. Our athletic trainer, Javi, does a great job. Leslie, our nutritionist, they all do a great job. And we had that hydration test yesterday, and he was, he passed with flying colors. But, the adrenaline and the effort you put out there, it can lead to that. So, we'll continue to address that. We'll continue to get better at that. But he empties the tank, and we got to make sure that all 16 guys on our roster are always emptying the tank all the time.
Jaden Brewer obviously having a lot of success this season in the first game against UCF, and then tonight 10 points, 4 rebounds. Just what have you seen from him and his growth throughout this offseason leading into this year?
Yeah, he's an incredibly talented young man. He's a great young man. And he's only scratching the surface and how he can be. He had 10 points and was 1 for 5 from the free throw line, and had a couple missed layups that he would love to have back. He could have easily had 20, and he's capable of doing that. So we just, like the rest of our team, we just got to be everyday guys, taking care of our body. We're getting to the time during the year, like, hey, there's a heavy concentration of games in a small calendar window. There's only so much work we can put out there on the court. So, we got to make sure that we're mentally getting better every day, as well as physically. And we got to make sure, we're executing the game plan on both sides of the ball.
Anything else, Steve?
Yeah, again, I just want to reiterate and emphasize just our gratitude to the cheer team, the Dazzlers, the marching band, unbelievable effort, ticketing and marketing for getting, this crowd out here tonight. I want to thank all the students that showed up, all the youth teams that showed up, bought their own tickets to come here. That means a lot to us. We are grateful for that. And we promise the next time you see us out here in the Ocean Bank, we'll be foaming at the mouth, and we'll be back to our identity.